questions, which I didn't understand most of the stuff, but when you're asking questions, you know, they start backing up and going forward and stuff, and well, you don't really have to have this. That's a two-way. All you need is a one-way because it's coming from the sheriff's department to here to set it off. Well, that was going to save us $1,200. I thought, that's pretty cool. So we went a little further. We found another $200 savings. I'm thinking, yes. Then they said, oh yeah, you can do this other thing, but that's a small upcharge, $5,000. And I thought, oh wow, yeah. Okay, now you're jumping on me. So then we started playing a little hardball and stuff, because I told him, I said, well, you know, if this is what the council wants to do, we can't shoot the number. We can't be higher than what this is. Well, this is going to cost more. So we began talking a little more. They said, well, they made the mistake. They said this was list price. Now, that's a bad thing to say to me because I know what list price is. And so fired another email off to them and didn't hear anything back. I told them that, you know, at list price, they're going to have to get, if that's what we choose to get, which is this stuff with the added things that will benefit the events that we could do in Hazel, and give us some ways to be able to broadcast. They said we can put music on it. So instead of having Angie and Nikki put a stereo on their balcony for the summer cruise in, then this would, of course, we'd also be getting people on Barnett and Callaway wondering why we're playing a certain kind of music. So anything you do, there could be some complications, but at least we're going to have the ability to be able to do it, and I can pretty much guarantee we're going to be able to get the pricing where we probably need to get it, because I told them we're not going to have any overruns.
So would that be controllable, say like somewhere in here?
There's going to be a couple of ways to do it. One is going to be through a direct radio control, very similar to what the firemen had to be able to set off remotely the siren on top of City Hall. Right. The second way is to be able to do it through our computer on the internet. We can put in the messages. I asked them, could we have it like, oh, what's that famous scientist? The one that's disabled. He talks through
I know who you're talking
Stephen
about.
Hawking.
Yes.
I said, can we have the Stephen Hawking's voice? And he laughed. And we can have a female voice, we can have a male voice, we can have, you know, anything we want.
Bugs Bunny.
We could even have John Scooter Pascal's voice if we want it and stuff. And it can be a live broadcast across, but if we just type in the message, it'll be somewhat robotic if we type it in, but the possibilities, I mean, you all think about it. If you think that there's a benefit in doing that and it would help, I can see some things that we've had over the years with Hazel Day and with the summer cruise-ins that this would have been beneficial. But you know, it's an option. But anyway, that's what I know about it. So
I like that idea. The only thing that I would be scared of is on, say, like Hazel Day, cruise in, anything where you're doing that is because of location. If it has that greater range, who's ever sitting over the top of it is going to be getting blasted. With that kind of range, it's got to have some serious output. Go.
I know where one is, Sheriff. At the corner of, in Murray, at the corner of Primary Care and Glendale, yeah, that one. There's one there. And when it goes off, I was underneath it when it went off, and it was a pretty good
Now this
jolt.
PA thing is not quite like that.
Yeah.
When the ones at Murray State go off, if you're in the wrong place, yeah.
I mean, they've got some
Yeah, they got to have some serious wattage going to them.
It's bad.
But
the screen.
Yeah.
But for what it's intended to, it's got to be that way.
Yes.
Yeah.
You're talking for bad weather and all. I mean, that's your main purpose.
Maybe.
You're on the lower cloud cover right there. It's going to
There
bring your
was something
ceiling down.
maybe
It
that
keeps
he
everything
said.
where it doesn't carry. So you got to have that kind of power.
There was
to
something
do it.
there was something he said about that. I'm not sure. He said he's going to have everything for me and print it off and all this stuff, and so I'm hoping we get that. We can all look at it together, and we can always invite them to come back down again. But this was the earliest they could get it, and we're not going to get it before tornado season starts. we're gonna depend on old Trusty up there.
Oh,
Old
Rusty. Oh, Rusty
Old
Trusty.
Rusty up there to get us through it.
Give
so.
us the all clear before before it ends.
Don't believe it, okay? Rusty lies.
Please, I have to stand outside my door to hear it.
Well, it is old, so. Okay, any other old business? All right, moving on to new business. Does anyone have any new business besides what's on our agenda?
Well, I do.
Okay, okay.
I was looking over our ethics code, and we have a financial disclosure that apparently there's supposed to be a form.
Young new people need to be on that.
Right. An officer, employee, newly appointed, blah, 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 shall file his or her initial statement no later than 30 days after the day of the appointment. And I never got one, but yes, we need to do that. And all subsequent
Now,
statements.
what was this for again, just to bring me up to speed, because I'm not sure I know.
We have to do this every 4 or 5 years. Fill out a
Well-
financial statement, personal.
Well, it
And it's
says,
just kept between the ethics committee.
it says every year, no later than 7 p.m. on December each year.
Okay.
So-
I don't know about that. Glad you brought it up.
Did you get one, Joe?
All right, so this, and this goes to the ethics committee?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
And who is the ethics committee?
Rita
Oh, lady
Emery,
lives over here,
Rita
Dean
Emery,
Holbert.
Betty Kell, and Dean Frederick.
Yeah.
Didn't you get one, Scooter?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you get one, Megan?
Yes, I got one. Okay,
Everybody got
Okay.
one now?
so there's that.
So they want to know my source of income and any business that I own.
Yeah, this is on the books. I didn't make this up. This is on the books.
I believe it.
You filled it out before, sweetie?
Yes.
Yes.
I got it.
Well,
We all
you had
did.
to of December each year.
Did your auditor do that?
Um,
I don't recall it, but that's okay. I forget
well,
things.
don't say that because it's
You
state
did.
law.
Okay. Well, I guess we
And,
better catch up to speed and get it
Yeah.
filled out then.
because if we don't do that and the powers that be find out about it, they'll pull funds. So it's important.
We better get it done.
Yeah, it's important.
All right, so when we get done tonight, let's fill this out, give it to JC. JC will put it in the hands of the appropriate people. Okay, good. All right, Megan, thank you for bringing that up. Okay, any other new business?
Hang on.
Okay,
I've got I've got one more thing.
okay.
I don't know that we have a drug policy. I wanted to ask about that. If we have a zero tolerance policy for drug use. If we don't, I think we should.
Yeah, primarily it is, I've read that before, it's primarily for employees. We only have one employee.
We have one employee, yes. Don't-
Are you on drugs?
Do I look like
No, you look like you need some.
Yeah, I've read that one, and that one just didn't seem like that was one. If we had multiple employees or something, it might be,
I'd like to be the one that comes in and says that they're gonna take her to get a dog on drugstore.
yeah.
Yes, but,
Now, is there any other benefit? I mean, is there a downside of us not having it? Besides JC being tested for drugs?
well, I feel it might be important for us as elected officials to be drug-free.
Well, I mean, that'd be good. Are you saying that this,
I'm not accusing anyone of anything.
I know, but I'm saying on this policy, it was my understanding from what I've read on it, that it was strictly for employees. Is that your understanding of it?
If we don't have a drug policy for the legislative an executive government. I think we should.
Well,
Is there anything that says we have to?
Or what's your League of Cities say on it, good?
I don't know. It's never been broached it. I don't know.
The only thing I'm aware of is for employees.
That's the only I've ever
That's
read
all I
So
before.
I had
Well,
written in the book.
does anyone object to,
I could be tested tomorrow.
you know,
I mean, it's not a big deal for me.
I could be too.
I take blood pressure
Could you
medicine.
imagine me if I was on drugs?
Oh, Lord.
I
I need my
mean,
yard mowed.
I'll be the first,
Some people